Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about how people can handle a person like Derrick Jaxn. If you don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, he is a guy that does relationship advice. He gives relationship advice to men and women on YouTube, Instagram, and many other places. And he's written books about it. He's done lots of interviews about it. So he's basically used his relationship advice as a way to make a name for himself and to make money. So quick summary, recently it was found that Derrick Jaxn, who constantly gives relationship advice and on how people should interpret men and women's words and actions, was found to have been cheating on his wife for a long time. He's been hiding his wife. Nobody knew why until recently. People found out that he had this other girlfriend that he brought to his house while his wife was away, and the girl spent 4th of July and this was 2020, I believe. 4th of July and some other holiday, I think his birthday or something, I don't know. But anyway, he brought the girl and it was like an actual affair, and he's had other affairs, right? So everything blew up and he had to come on social media to apologize, and he did apologize with his wife sitting next to him holding his hand, looking dejected. But he did apologize. He did not hide. Now I want to talk about a few things. One, I want to talk about how Derrick Jaxn likes to weigh in on other people's relationships when he's not speaking rhetorically. Two, I want to talk about his wife a little bit. And three, I want to talk about how people should handle a person like Derrick Jaxn, knowing now what kind of a person he truly is. Okay, so first things first. Derrick Jaxn has made it his career to talk about people's relationships. He gives very good advice, okay? Very good advice. Honestly, out of all these types of self-proclaimed gurus, he is one of the few that I agree with a lot of the things that he says. However, he likes to weigh in on a lot of the things that goes on that we hear on social media as far as other people's relationships, and I want to talk about two of them. The first is Pastor John Gray. So Pastor John Gray is a pastor who's married. He's been married for years, and he came out and talked about how he had to grow after he met his wife and he was married, and he was going around disrespecting his wife. I don't believe he was going around cheating on her, but he was disregarding her in many other ways, and it took years and her perseverance and determination and support and whatever else for him to finally get his acts together, and she stayed with him. Pastor Gray praised his wife for sticking with him the entire time until he was able to mature into who he currently is, okay? Pastor Gray did an interview that pointed all of this out. And then Derrick Jaxn hopped on YouTube and started to criticize the pastor, and it was this whole big thing where the pastor and his wife got mad at him. And Derrick Jaxn criticized the pastor and said that no one should use their wives this way, and women should not be held to the kind of standards that some men are trying to hold women to. And what he said made a lot of sense. So Pastor Gray and his wife did not appreciate Derrick Jaxn weighing in on their relationship, because Derrick Jaxn has a lot of followers, guys. There's a lot of people that listen to him and trust him and respect him. And so yeah, the pastor and his wife did not appreciate this at all. But of course, Derrick Jaxn is very opinionated, and he just stated what he wanted to state and went on his way, right? All criticism for Pastor Gray. Now fast forward to sometime last year when the whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith scandal was going on with the entanglement, And it was found out that Jada Pinkett had a brief relationship and with someone else, and she was separated from Will Smith at the time. It was a quiet thing and it blew up. Well, Derrick Jaxn also had a lot to say, and I was shocked. Matter of fact, I had to leave a comment under his video giving him a little bit of a piece of my mind. But anyway, I was shocked that he actually criticized Jada Pinkett, not because I expected him to support what she did, but because I've never really heard him criticize a woman that strongly before. He usually tries to explain women's behavior and thoughts and words and stuff, So I was shocked. But anyway, as far as his critique of Jada Pinkett Smith, what he said was that Jada is married to Will Smith, who's a very respectable man, and yet she cheated on him and she called it an entanglement, and that's just wrong. And he refused to acknowledge the fact that Jada Pinkett herself was going through a lot at the time. He refused to acknowledge the fact that Jada Pinkett was separated from her husband at the time. Not that it makes it okay to go into a new relationship, but you know what? It depends on the agreements that the couple have. Maybe they agreed to separate and see other people for a while. You never know. But anyway, yeah, so he was full of criticism for Jada Pinkett and Pastor Gray. Now, fast forward to a few days ago. Now we're hearing all of this coming out about him bringing his girlfriend and her friends to his house, to his bed that he shares with his wife. That is just a whole different level of disrespect. But yeah, that's what everyone has been talking about as far as Derrick Jaxn goes. So that happened, right? Now his reputation is in the gutter. Nobody believes him anymore. People used to really trust and respect him, but now nobody really respects him. Which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is his wife. People are surprised that he's actually married. A lot of people are surprised to see his wife because he hides his wife 100%. He does not like to show her at all, put her on his social media. Everyone thought that it's because he just wanted a quiet, private life for his family. But now that he cheated, people are starting to believe that the reason why he hides his wife is so that nobody would know that he's married. Because the girl that he cheated with, he lied to her that he was on his way to being single, and he told a lot of lies. She pretended as if she didn't know what was going on, I guess to save face for dating a married guy. But I do not believe that she was 100% naive as much as she tried to portray. So yeah, Derrick Jaxn's wife finally made an appearance on his YouTube, on his apology video. They were holding hands and I was shocked. His wife is very pretty, okay? She seems to be minimal effort type of girl. She's not a glamorous person. She's just just herself. And she was wearing something on her head. People kept saying that she was wearing a bonnet. I don't think that was a bonnet. I think that was like a winter hat or something. I don't know. I couldn't really tell if it was a bonnet or a winter hat. It looked more like a winter hat to me. So basically, Derrick Jaxn had to apologize for cheating, and his wife was sitting next to him. And I just want to say this. His wife comes across, I've only seen her in that one video, so obviously I don't know her, but she comes across as quite a mature person, not someone who's attention seeking by any means. She was very quiet. She barely said anything. I don't think she even actually said anything. She just made some few comments like things like that. She didn't really speak, not in the video that I saw. And she had zero makeup on, and I'm just sitting there thinking, wow. So this guy who gives relationship advice, who probably has convinced his wife that she does not need to wear a whole bunch of makeup. I didn't hear him say that, but I'm just saying the way that she looked. And here she is thinking that she was doing everything that he would like her to do and, be the best wife that she could be. And he was busy cheating with someone else, which goes to show that, listen, just be who you are. People are going to do what they want to do regardless. And by people, I mean everyone, your spouse, your friends, your siblings. So just be yourself. I don't know if she likes to look glamorous and she chose not to please him, or that's just how she normally is, but she was dressed down a whole lot, and none of this is her fault. Regardless of what she looks like, he does not have the right to cheat on her. However, I noticed that he looked more put together than she does. Maybe they have very young kids and she has to run after them a lot, and that might be the reason. But I would think that a person like Derrick Jaxn, who has some money, should be able to afford some help for his wife so that she's not like too busy to really take care of herself. She looks nice. I'm not saying she doesn't look nice, but Derrick looks more put together in that video, in that apology video, than his wife did. And that to me is a red flag. I think they should be either at the same level, or if anything, the woman should be just a little bit more put together, because I don't like, why? He just looked more presentable to the public than she did. And I would imagine that if someone is about to come on video, especially someone that doesn't record a lot, you would put in a little bit of effort to look more presentable than you normally do on a typical day when you're at home. So what I believe is that the woman made herself more presentable before sitting in front of the camera for that video. And if that constitutes as being put together, then what does she look like when there's no camera rolling and it's just her and him? Not that any of this, should make him cheat. I'm just saying, like, I mean, well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. But if this is her making herself look presentable, how does she look when she's not presentable? Like, it looks like somebody died. She looked like she was mourning, and it's not a happy occasion. I understand she's not happy. Maybe she just didn't feel like going through the motions, but well, I don't know. But she's very pretty, and I hope she figures it out. Okay, so I want to talk about Derrick and how we should handle a person like Derrick. Some people may be thinking, why is everybody weighing on this guy's relationship? Well, we have the right to weigh in on his relationship because he weighs in on everybody else's relationship. That's one. And two, he has made money from these relationship advices that he gives, and his audience have made him a lot of money. We, his consumers, have purchased his books. We've watched his interviews. We've watched his videos. So we've put a lot of money in his pocket. And because his career is centered around relationships and giving people advice, we have the right to weigh in on his relationship now that he's cheating on his wife. So, how to handle Derrick Jaxn? Derrick Jaxn gives very good relationship advice. His opinion on how men and women interpret each other and what they actually mean is very insightful in a lot of ways. Okay, now, do we disregard all of his good advice because we found out that, whoa, shocker, he's actually a human being, not an angel that dropped from the sky to give relationship advice, and he actually cheated on his wife? No, I don't think so at all. I think we can still accept all the advice that he gives and listen to it and absorb it and you know, trust that he's giving valuable advice without really following in his footsteps. Okay, so this is going to be a case of do as I say, not as I do. People need to learn to separate what a person says from what they do, because 99.9% of the time, the people that you meet do not do what they say. Some people speak better than they act, some people act better than they speak, some people curse a lot, they're very vulgar and extremely vocal and might even sound violent when they speak, but their actions is actually not the same way. They're more calm and more reasonable in their actions. While some people are very good smooth talkers, but their actions are very, very negative. So we need to learn how to separate the person from his words, and that's what's going to have to be the case with Derrick Jaxn, because his career has to continue. He will continue to give advice, he will continue to do interviews and write books, and we cannot discount the fact that he gives good career good relationship advice, despite his true character, because I do not think for one second that Derrick Jaxn has ever been a different sort of a person, or that he will ever change from what he is. This is who he is. He has very poor character. He cheats. He's cheated multiple times. I do not believe that he would ever change. That's for his wife to worry about, though, because she's the one in a relationship with him. However, I think that people can still accept the advice that he gives as quality advice and valuable advice without accepting his character. So take his advice, leave him and his character alone. Just value the advice, and that's it. This is a very simple thing to do. I do it all the time. Most people that I meet, if they say something valuable, I take it. But as far as their character, I do not take that. I keep that away from me, because a lot of people do not live the way that they speak. So yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, Derrick Jaxn is a two-faced person who says one thing and does the complete opposite. But you know what? He's facing his judgment now from social media and all the women that trusted him and, you know, believed what he said. So yeah, it is unfortunate that he has tarnished his character this way, and once you lose the respect that people have for you, good luck getting it back. But he has some diehard fans that are going to support him, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.